Hi everybody. I'm just at my in-laws at the moment. I didn't go to the hospital today just because I felt a little bit sick just before we went. And warning, TMI moment. I went to the loo and I felt much better. So I think it was just food. I had a food baby. But yeah, I'm feeling good. I was asleep just before everyone had to leave. And Robert came and woke me up, but his mum kind of said, no, just let us sleep. And I was I was already up and walking around, but I took the chance to have a break because I've just been exhausted. Robert's been um Robert's been off work in a non-holiday capacity, like in a bereavement sort of capacity, for 2 weeks coming up to this Friday. It's Wednesday today in Australia, Wednesday afternoon. Um, and that happened a week after he went back to work. So he had his 3 weeks Christmas holidays. He had a week of work. Then his father collapsed and had to go back into hospital. And has had the last 2 weeks off to drive his mum to and from hospital because the first week Robert's father was in hospital um, getting liquids and a stent put in and all that kind of thing. He had some scans, got some bad news that tumours had grown in the brain and grown bigger in the stomach and liver and bowel. And after that, he was discharged. But the second he came back, he said he regretted it and he really wanted to go back to hospital. But it was kind of a give it a few give it a few hours, see how you go, and just lay down. And since then, he's spent the whole week laying down, and it's gone to the point where he can no longer walk. He can't physically support himself or anything like that. So we've been around the last 2 days, and we've helped dress him, shower him, get him to and from the loo a few times before we've driven him to his radiotherapy. His last one is today. And then he'll be having a scan. He's also going to be having a barium swallow. That's where they get you to drink something with dye in it, and they see how far through your system what you're swallowing is getting. And now they're doing that because he's had a stent put in, because he has stomach cancer. And they're not sure how much liquid and food and stuff is going down. As it is, probably not much because he can eat, but he hasn't been wanting to. And he's been in a lot of pain, so he's been on morphine, which means he's been sleeping most of the day. So because of all that, because of the immobility and things like that, they asked us to go hire a wheelchair and a walker. So he's got a walker with wheels and a seat. So if he gets the strength, he can use the walker, and if he needs to, he can sit down on it. But otherwise, he's just got the wheelchair to help him around and things like that, which has been good because um, every time we've been to the hospital lately, it's been really hard to find a wheelchair, which is it's quite bad because we tend to go in through an entrance that's right next to emergency, and so they have emergency wheelchairs, but you actually have to physically go ask them. There aren't just wheelchairs readily available, and the ones that are ready available are sparse, so they tend to go really quickly. So we've just hired one out, and it was so cheap. It was only $90 for a wheelchair and a walker for 10 weeks. So that is really quite good. And we were quite happy with that. They were a bit hard to get back to the car though, because not even really a complex, it's just like an estate type thing. I think it may have used to have been a boarding school of some sort. It's just really hard to navigate and find things. It was just badly signposted, and difficult to figure out where things were. But yes, so that's been that. And it's just been tiring. Like, I can't imagine how my mother-in-law feels. Like, she must just be so tired, and Robert as well. I mean, Robert's been doing a lot of the heavy lifting and a lot of the work, and he's been caring for me because I've I forgot what it's called. It's not tinnitus. I have tinnitus. That's a hearing impairment. But I also have tendonitis. Well, what I've assumed is tendonitis based on what other people who have had tendonitis said it feels like. And I haven't seen my doctor yet simply because it's been the holiday season, and then all this stuff with my father-in-law happened. So it's been very hard for me to actually find a day where I can just go to my doctor. And I'm hoping that day will be sometime next week. Fingers crossed it will be, so I can go catch up with her, tell her how I'm going on my new anti-anxiety medication that doesn't feel so new anymore because I've been on it for nearly 3 months, and tell her how... Well, it's not new medication, it's just a higher dose. I was on 75 grams of venlafaxine, and now I'm on 150 grams of venlafaxine. And I think that may be the maximum dosage she's allowed to give me, my GP, without me going to see a psychiatrist. But a psychiatrist is usually, $300 to $400 per session. And the ones I've seen have just been terrible. They haven't listened to me. They've wanted to go through like my family history, when all I'm there to go do is to say, hey, I'm fucking nuts. I need some strong head meds. And they just, the one that I've seen, he's useless. He is terrible at his job. He has no social skills. I'm actually surprised he is a psychiatrist because he needs his own psychiatrist. He's that bad. And I'm not a medical, person, but I live with this mental illness, and I'm pretty sure I'm nuts. I've been nuts since I was born. I know people might get offended by me saying I'm nuts, but at this point in my life, I've been mentally ill for so long. It's unless someone screamed it at me like an offense, I wouldn't take much offense to it. I mean, it's a mental illness. It's like you call someone who's missing a leg a peg leg. If you're a close friend with them, they're not going to give two shits. They're just going to go, ha ha ha, yeah, whatever. And if they don't like it, they'll tell you. And that's what I'll be like. If someone calls me nuts and I'm not in the mood for it, I'll be like, yeah, fuck you. I apologize for those who haven't watched my videos before. I swear a lot. That's probably not going to change. And it's probably good because I read somewhere, who knows if it's true or not, but people who swear are more trustworthy and tell the truth. So there's that little bit of trivia for you. I've just got this on Faith today because I got her in the beautifully cute, and they're so soft, cat pants, like a cat with a bow tie. They're adorable. And then they got her white little booties on. And I was going to buy mittens the other day when I did my first shopping video, because I only have one mitten. I have one mitten. I don't know where the mitten is. They came with these booties. The booties are perfect. This mitten's elastic. It's okay. It's a bit loose. There was a 3-pack of mittens in Big W where I was, but there was only one white pair. Well, not even a pair. They came in a 3-pack. I think I may have already said that like 3 times. Anyway, they came in a 3-pack, and there was one size fits all, and then newborn sized. And they only had the newborn sized, and I'm not too sure what size this is. Actually, I'll just check now if it even has a tag. But I just didn't want to risk it in case they weren't going to fit her. What does this say? Oh, that's the washing information. That's really useful. And these ones are actually from Target. That's just Target in Australia. I mean, you might do it too over in America. But my family started calling it Target to make it seem a little more fancy. Because Target and Big W are department stores, but they're kind of the middle class department store, just where you can afford things, just normal average price stuff. And we have two rather big ones. David Jones and Maya are our two big, fancy, rich bitch department stores. So that's where you want to go to get designer things and dresses that cost $400 and amazing. Oh, some of the furniture they have is superb, but it's totally impractical. Like gorgeous. Like if you're a bachelor, like a rich bachelor, you could probably go into Maya or David Jones and buy some amazing like coffee tables, like beautiful glass, curved coffee tables. God, if I was a bachelor and I was rich, I would. But I plan on having kids, and I don't think glass coffee tables are that practical. We might get one just for us. But even then, me and Robert are so clumsy, we're always tripping over things. We'd probably end up smashing it. We'd end up falling on it, and it'd break, and it'd be, a few $100s out of pocket. Oh, these things. My mum made me a rainbow loom band. It's at home. The elastic has started to dry out, so I haven't been wearing it in case it breaks. But Robert's mum and Robert's nan actually made these. She lives over in the UK, where Robert is from. And she's made these and just sent them over in the post. And she had made like a whole bag of them. So I chose a pink one and a rainbow one. Because I thought the rainbow one was cool because they're kind of clear bands and they reminded me of like the sort of translucent lifesavers. So I said to Robbie, give me the one that looks like American candy. And so I got that one and the hot pink one. And I like this hot pink one because it's done more tightly and it looks different and I just like it. It's cool. It's like skinnier as well. It's very nice. So thank you, Nana Harris. That's very nice of you if you ever get to see this video, which I'm sure Robert will end up linking you now if you ever figure out what's wrong with your modem. I hope you have that fixed soon. This is turning into quite a long video. I've had a lot to talk about. I haven't done too much Reborn talk just about the mitten, but I thought I'd also show you this. Now, I heard a lot of controversy, not so much controversy, just doubts about using white tack. Now, white tack is poster putty, I think it's called in America. And you get it in blue primarily is the colour Australia has had for years and years and years. It's always been like a light blue colour. But you can also get it in white. And most people just call it white tack. And then you can get all the fluorescent colours. Well, I got some white tack because I decided to try it on my Reborn pacifiers. Now, I did as much research as I could on it because I didn't want to be putting something on my doll that was going to just peel off her varnish. That would just be devastating. So I did some research, and apparently a lot of people have been using poster putty in America that's blue and has left staining, and some people have spoken about the poster putty actually taking off the varnish and paint and things. Then I heard some people talking about white poster putty and white tack and how they've said it's not stained, and some people have had it on there for months and it's not taken any of the paint off or any of the details or any of the varnish, and that it's been fine. So this dummy here, this has a little pacifier and you can sort of feel the pull with the pacifier inside her head, but it's not strong enough or long enough that it'll insert into her mouth and stay there. So what I've done with this one is I have used some poster putty. As you could probably see then, some got left in her mouth and I just pushed it on and it got the rest of it off. And that's what I've done. So it sort of inserts into her mouth a little, and her lips just sort of stick to where the bits here have, come on, focus, sort of pulled away. You can probably see the indents even without focusing. And I was also wondering if someone can tell me, because I find this shape, it's a little curved, but not too much, and it fits her so much better than the Nook type dummies do, which is a pity because I bought so many Nooks, and I hope they fit my other dolls. I know they fit Isolde, so they can be for her if need be. But I would love if someone can tell me where this is from. I don't even really know what doll it came with. Definitely it didn't come with Faith, which really means it could have only have come with Violet or Isolde. And I don't know what brand this is. It hasn't got. It looks a bit like a Gerber or Gerber, however you say it, but it hasn't got the brand on there. It just has a B with a heart in the middle. It's sort of shaped like Gerber in like this sort of butterfly type shape here at the top. But Gerber's newer ones don't have a handle like this, but they do have this button, and they do have this sort of shape, this rubbery stuff in the middle, on the inside, sorry, and the holes. So I'm wondering if maybe this is like a older style Gerber dunny, that's a toilet, dummy, that they tested out, because Gerber do have these shapes, but I'm just not sure on the curve. Like if the curve is like this on the Gerber ones, I would buy them in a heartbeat. They don't have many colours over here, or at all. I don't think I've actually ever seen them in store. I've only seen them on the website. So I might have to just buy them off eBay. But if someone has these style Gerber dummies, if you could maybe send a picture or a video or something with the curve, just like show me the curve like this, that would be really helpful, because I'd love to know if this is what that is, or if you know what this is and can let me know somehow, whether it's in the comments or private message, or via Google Plus Hangouts. Please do, because that would be so helpful. I just thought I'd show you that. So far I haven't seen, like, it's still just the shiny. It looks all glossy and nice. So it's not taken anything off, and I've not seen any difference in her lips. And it's really firm. Like, it really works, guys. Like, if you don't want magnets in your dolls, I would suggest it. Go with white putty, or white tack, whatever it's called in your country. I would use that. Now it is firm to take off, so when you're taking off the dummy, just do it gently and slowly, and don't just rip it off. And I would just suggest at the first sign of wear, just stop if you're worried. If not, keep going. You know, if you don't mind that the gloss comes off, or whatever varnish is on the lips comes off, then keep going. I have not found anything at all ever that has ever made any Genesis heat set paints come off my baby. The only thing I know of that does is actual paint remover made for those paints. Obviously turpentine, acetone, and non-acetone paint nail polish remover also takes it off. There's this stuff called goo something. I think there's goo in its name. It makes a really strong glue that's supposedly really toxic. I don't know about that. But they also make the paint remover. It's like a goo, literally a goo or a cream, and you wipe it on and it comes off. I know that a lot of the air dry paints have paint remover that is like that, because air dry paints can dry really quickly, and sometimes you don't get to them in time to blend them or whatever, and you have to take them off and redo it. They have the cream type paint remover. I think it's by Real Effects. I could be wrong. Actually, does anyone know? For those of you who watched this whole damn long video, how would you get into contact with someone like RealFX? Because I have not found a RealFX website. I've only found third-party sellers. And not all third-party sellers have everything RealFX in stock. So some people might have RealFX doll kits, some people might have RealFX paints, someone might have RealFX paintbrushes. You know, they seem to just be spread all over the internet, but there is no RealFX website that I can find. Because I wouldn't actually mind buying their air dry paints if I decide to do painting myself. It would just be nice to know and be able to buy in stock from the manufacturer if need be. So yes, if anyone knows, it'd be great to get that information. Oh, and just another tidbit, I took off Faith's arms today and removed some of her weight and added extra stuffing. So they're still nice and firm and lovely, but they're not as heavy, because before they were a bit lead weight like, and I was really worried that they were going to hurt the rotary discs. Not hurt them, you know, damage them, bend them, break them, do something to the... Oh, sorry. Do something to the springs inside. But yeah, done that. Sorry, she just has some lovely veins in her hands. I was actually I might do another video after this one on the topic of attitudes and opinions in the reborn community. Because I'm quite new, but I've noticed a few things, and I've read a few of the things some people on forums have been saying, like doll fan and baby banter and things like that. And I think it's an interesting topic, because I've definitely fell victim to some of the feelings you get as a reborn collector on how open and honest you should be about the artist you buy your doll from. So I might do another video on that, because this has run for 22 minutes and that is a long time to ramble on. So yes, thank you for watching another one of my life updates. I'm probably going to do another one next week and get you guys all up to date with what I'm up to. For now, I'll leave it and wish you guys a very happy day and a happy weekend, because that'll be coming in a few days. Okay, bye guys.